Who's first one?
Now that it's recording, now we're not talking about anything.
Can we just start over?
Huh?
Let's just start over.
It doesn't have a timer on it. So
No. I don't play.
I'll just show you how to turn it.
Okay.
Do people say therapeutic stuff like this? Yeah. Okay. Cool beans.
Hi, Julita.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, I'm glad you were able to meet with me today. How's everything going for you?
Well, I'm a little stressed out because of school and stuff.
You said school and stuff. Can you elaborate more about what that stuff is?
Well, I have the comps coming up this week, which is the counselor comprehensive examination. And you know that we have to pass that in order to get out of the program. So I'm a little stressed out about that because it's like if I don't pass it, then I don't graduate.
So what I hear you saying is that the comps is stressing you out because you feel as if you don't pass it, you won't graduate?
Exactly.
Okay, so how long have you been studying for the comps?
Oh, for months, since like last August. But not like studying heavy because I have like really short-term memory. And so like, I mean, I would pick up the books and I would read them and I would put them down. But lately I've been studying a lot. Like January, I really started studying every single day.
Okay. So when you say since January of what year?
2017.
Since January 2017, you've been studying every day?
Basically, almost every day.
Do you have a certain guideline or anything that you follow?
No, I just have the encyclopedia for counseling. It's a book that you use to study for the comps in the NCE, and I've been using it. It's just like a book with questions in it, and so I've been reading it, answering the questions, and so I mean it's been helpful, but I'm still stressed out.
So with the studying and being stressed out, how is it that you're able to focus to study?
Well, most times I study when I'm at work. Me and my client, we go to the library every Monday and Wednesday, and so we spend 3 hours in the library. So I use those 3 hours to study, and it's pretty calming because there's no one around me, so I can focus pretty good in the library. I'm normally just watching her and I'm just reading this book, so it's pretty easy.
So it seems as though your job is a stress-free job. Talk to me about what your job is.
Yeah, my job is a stress-free job. I don't, there's not really much to say about it. I mean, I like my job. It's stress-free. I just take my client out in the community because she needs to mingle with her peers. And other than that, not much.
Not much. Okay, so that's the least of your stress that sounds like.
Yeah, don't
Your
really need to
job.
talk about that.
So your job you don't want to talk about.
No.
That's the least of your stress. So I heard you talk about, you said the comps were stressing you, and then you said stuff. So since it's not your job, can you tell me what other stuff it is?
Well, besides the comps, I have to do my folio defense, which, to exit the program, that's like that's the next week after the comps. So it's just like back-to-back stuff, and it's very stressful to like have all this coming at me at one time, and then still I have to go to internship every day, and I have to go to class, and I have to go to work, so it just seems like so much.
Okay, well tell me what the portfolio defense is. What does that consist of? You told me what comps consist of. Tell me what portfolio defense consists of.
Well, that's another thing. I'm not really sure like what to expect in that, because I've asked my advisor, and he said it's just like a chill day, like we're just gonna be sitting around kumbaya and talking, and at that point it's not. He said I shouldn't stress about it because it's absolutely nothing. He said at that point, we're just gonna be sitting around talking about my time in the program and stuff like that, but still I feel like there's going to be much more than that. Like, I don't feel like it's going to be a kumbaya-ish moment and we're just sitting here laughing, but that's what he said it's going to be.
So you don't trust that that's what that thesis is going to the portfolio defense is going to be.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Have you ever had anything that compared to the portfolio defense?
Not as intense as the portfolio defense because that includes like all faculty members.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I don't know, but like a whole panel of people.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had to experience like sitting in front of a whole. Well, I have, and it didn't go well for me.
Well, tell me what was that?
It was I was applying for a teacher assistant job.
Okay.
And so it wasn't like a normal interview. It was when I walked into the interview, it was a big panel of people. It was like 5 teachers, someone else, I think the school counselor, the assistant principal, and the principal. So and they literally went around in a circle, and each one of them asked me a question.
Okay.
So it just gave me so much anxiety just to be questioned by so many people back to back to back to back.
Okay. So I hear you saying that being questioned by a lot of people gives you that anxiety.
Yeah.
And that's what when you hear portfolio defense, you feel like that's what a panel is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do good with standing in front of a big panel and being questioned like that. It gives me anxiety. It makes me nervous.
Okay. Have you ever used any type of de-stressors to help you with panel talking or speaking in front of panels?
No.
No? Okay. So that was your only instance of having to speak in front of a panel?
Yeah. I mean, we speak in front of class all the time and do class presentations and stuff, but that doesn't bother me because those are my peers, and we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to reach the same goal.
Right.
And so just sitting in front of people who are like at a higher level than me, that's kind of discouraging.
Have you ever looked at it as though those professors were once in your exact same shoes, where they too felt as though a panel was too much because they get in front of a class and speak every day to you all and trying to teach?
But they're comfortable. They're comfortable that way. Like that's their job. If they didn't like doing that, then they wouldn't do it.
Have you ever questioned any of them about that? If they're comfortable with doing it?
Would you do a job that you weren't comfortable with?
Plenty of people do. Yeah.
But I feel like being a counselor, they all are very comfortable with their job. Because they're in the helping profession, so they're comfortable with helping people. Like Dr. Moody is so comfortable with helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Horn, Dr. Newsom, Dr. Davis, they're all comfortable. Like I don't see them being uncomfortable in front of a big panel. Like they do it all the time.
So I hear you saying that the part of the program, you're going to be a counselor. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you'll be going into the helping field. How are you feeling about
They're
it?
in the helping field in a different position. They're professors. I don't plan to be a professor.
Okay.
So that's totally different from me. That's not the route that I want to take.
I understand. So have you ever thought maybe to seek out one of those professors that you see do so well in class and ask them how to help with speaking in front of a panel?
No.
Do you think that's something that you could do?
If I had time, but I really don't have time for much of anything. My schedule is jam-packed, like I said, with so much stuff to do throughout the day, and then they're busy. I have to schedule appointments to meet with them. It's just, it's just not something I could do right now.
Okay. All right. So I hear you talking about comps. I hear you talking about portfolio. The portfolio defense, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what else? Is there anything else causing stress?
Yeah, I mean, besides the comps, if I don't pass it, then all my plans I have for the summer are just going to get tossed out the window because I have plans to move after I graduate in the summer. But if I don't pass this exam, then I can't move because then I'll have to stay for this fall semester and take it again.
Okay. Take the comps again.
Yeah.
Not the entire course.
No.
Okay, just the comps.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, excuse me. So with the move, have you already decided where you may move to?
I have.
Where is that?
I am going to move to Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I've already looked at apartments.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already looked at programs out there for next year for doctoral programs.
Mm-hmm.
And I have it kind of narrowed down to 2 schools.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I have all that planned out already. So I just need for this to work out.
Okay, so it seems as though there's a lot on you, but you have a small mental checklist of each thing you need to do to get to the next step. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the move, is that more anxiety? Are you moving with someone?
No, I'm moving along, and it's not really. I wouldn't say it's anxiety, but I move in there. Like, I have family there, but it's not like I talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be completely alone.
Okay.
My parents live here in North Carolina. My sisters live here.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be able to drive 3 hours to go see my parents anymore.
Right.
So that's the only thing.
So you'll have to fly to see them.
Yeah.
Or they will have to fly to see you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another stressor that bothers you. It seems as though you have a close-knit family.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. So are they aware of your stress?
Not everything. And I did tell them about the comps. And my parents are just not really big on like babying me, so just like suck it up and deal with it and get through it. You'll get through it. We have faith in you. And
Okay.
that's just the way they have to live.
Even though you feel as though they're not going to baby you, it still sounds to me that they're still supportive of you.
Yeah, very much so.
So you feel that support from them?
Very much so.
Okay. All right. And I heard you talk about your sisters. Talk to me about that.
What about them?
What is your relationship with them? Are they someone that you could talk to
I
about?
talk to my sisters every day.
You talk to them every day. Have you talked to them about any of your stress?
No, we don't. I mean, no, we don't talk about
You don't talk
personal stuff like that.
You don't talk about your personal stuff.
I mean, they do tell me their personal, like, I mean, like, we do tell each other a lot of stuff, but then it's kind of like they have their own problems, so I'm not going to drown them with my own problems. So they have their own stressful issues. My sister has diabetes. My other sister has 3 kids. She's a single mother, so, like, I'm not going to throw my troubles on top of their troubles.
So you just listen to what their stresses are?
Not necessarily. We don't, like, dwell on, like, our stressors when we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Our conversations are very positive.
Okay, well that's good.
So it's just like we don't talk about the stressors in our life. We just, laugh, talk, have a positive conversation, and that's the way I like it.
Okay. And that's the way you want to keep it, it sounds?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about, do you have any friends here? A circle of friends or a best friend? Do you have anyone that you talk to here?
No.
Okay, so you're just by yourself here.
I have friends in the program.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say friends, but I have I guess friends. Like I have, I have Marthea, and I have Phil, and Vanessa, and
So,
I mean, I have you guys, and I talk to Vanessa a lot
that's good.
because, we're both are graduating this summer,
Mhm.
and we're both trying to get into a doctoral program,
Okay.
and we're both doing our defense next week, and so I do talk to her a lot.
So you and Vanessa are both going to get ready to go through the defense. Has Vanessa?
She already took the comps.
So she's already took the comps. Did she give you any?
Not really.
What did she?
I try to get something out of her. She kind of said it was hard.
Yes.
She didn't feel confident leaving it.
Mhm.
So that kind of gets to me because Vanessa is a genius.
Mhm.
And for her to feel uncomfortable leaving or feeling like she didn't do well on it, leaving out, it's just like, wow, that has to be hard.
Did she say when she took hers?
She took hers last semester.
She took it last semester. So with her taking it last semester with her comps, she was. Do you know if she was stressed out then?
She was very stressed out. Like she would text me all the time.
And did she tell you any type of pointers, or have you asked her for any type of pointers on how to keep herself stressed?
No, I didn't ask her about I don't think she had any points.
Do you think you could reach out to her to ask her?
I'm pretty sure she didn't have any. She talked to me about how stressed she was, and she didn't really seem like she had a solution for her stress. She just continued to study,
Okay.
just like I am doing right
Just
now.
continue to study. Okay, so with the thesis defense, I'm sorry, can you repeat what it is again?
Folio tech defense.
The portfolio tech defense. How's her anxiety with that?
We haven't talked about that.
You haven't talked about it? So do you think she's not stressed about it?
She probably is. She's probably just stressed about a lot of things. Because, I mean, we do talk before class every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, she's stressed out about internships, so
Okay. So
we don't ever get past internships.
you never get past the internship stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so the portfolio defense seems to be the portfolio defense and the comp seems to be your biggest stressors because it in return depends on your move. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything you feel like you can do to help get you to a point where you feel comfortable with the portfolio?
Just get it over with.
Just get it over with.
Yeah.
What did you do before you had your interview with the panel for the teaching job?
I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything. So
I sat in the lobby waiting to be called next.
and once you seen the panel, how did you feel?
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay, and that's what you don't want to happen when you have the portfolio defense. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, but like my stress is not like 50% comps and 50% folio tech defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly 90% the comps and
Okay.
10% the folio tech. Like I get anxiety with the portfolio defense,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like I can't handle it.
Okay. Okay. So we want to look more at how to distress for the comps.
Yeah, like I want to go into the comps not stressed out.
Not stressed out. So how do you use it prepare for tests?
I've never. The only other time I had a big test like this was the GRE, and to be perfectly honest, like I probably opened my book once or twice and studied
Mm-hmm.
for the GRE, but I did okay with that.
Okay.
So it didn't really. I mean, I had stress and I was a little anxious about that,
Okay.
and like during the test, I tried to like take deep breaths and calm myself down,
Okay.
but it just wasn't. I guess it just wasn't the same. Because like whenever I got to a question I did not know and it started to give me anxiety, I just moved on.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess I can do the same thing for this test,
Right.
but I don't want to go in stress. Because if I don't go in stress,
Okay.
I can do better on the test.
Okay. All right. So you want to make sure that when you're walking through, you're feeling de-stressed and confident.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is the comps seem to be a big test of all your courses. Right? And how did you do in all your courses?
I've done pretty well in all my courses.
Mm-hmm. So how do you think that with the comps, going into the comps, that you could think of it as just being a regular test you would do for any of your other courses?
I mean, I could, but then I already know in my head that it's not a regular test.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I just can't try to put it in my mind, this is just a regular test. It's just a regular test. But in the back of my head, it's screaming, this is not a regular test. So it's just not going to work out like that.
So Jaquita, talk to me about what you usually do for fun.
What do I do for fun? Nothing.
You do nothing at all?
I like watching movies and staying inside. That's what I consider a fun time.
Watching movies and staying inside?
Well, sometimes.
Okay.
But most times, a fun time consists of me hanging out with my best friend, but she doesn't live here anymore, so.
And where did your best friend move to?
Well, I have two. One's in South Korea, the other one's in New York.
So,
And they both left at the same time.
okay. So when was it that they left?
And one left in August and the other one left in July of last year.
Of the 2016,
Yeah.
July and then August of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you visited to them? Tell me, how do you
I'm not
communicate with them?
visiting South Korea.
You're not visiting South Korea. Okay. But does your friend come home?
No, she has not been home. She's her vacation days to go to Thailand
Okay.
with her mom and her sister.
Okay.
And she's like on this 1-year contract.
Okay.
So she comes back in a year.
Okay.
I don't know if she comes, like she said if she really likes it, then she's going to stay.
Mhm.
But normally it's really hard to talk to her because of the time difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I normally talk to her. If I really want to talk to her, then I gotta stay up all night
Okay.
because that's when it it's daylight over there.
Okay. Well, what about your friend in South Korea?
That's the one I'm
Oh,
talking
I'm
about.
sorry. Thank you for that correction. What about your friend in New York? How often do you talk to her?
I don't really talk to her anymore. Much. Like I text her, but like she doesn't text me back, and like or she would take days to text me back and be like, oh, I read your message and I forgot.
And how does that make you feel?
Like she doesn't care anymore.
And how long have y'all been friends?
Since undergrad, I think it was 2012.
2012.
Yeah, I met her in 2012, the summer of 2012.
So y'all have been friends for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And how was communication with you all then?
It was much better because we lived in the same house.
Okay.
She was my roommate originally,
Okay.
and then after I graduated, I stayed there extra year,
Okay.
but we weren't roommates anymore. But we lived like right across the street from each other,
Okay.
so it was easy to
It was
communicate.
easy.
Yeah.
And now y'all have states in between you, and the communication kind of drifted off.
I'm not really sure. I don't really focus on it.
You don't focus on it.
No, because she talks to all of her other friends, so I figure she just doesn't want to talk to me.
How do you know she talks about her other friends?
Because I see her on Snapchat talking to them.
Well, that's another way you can reach out to her.
I have.
And how did that go?
She just opens my Snapchat and doesn't read it.
Okay. So your very close friend is in South Korea.
Well, actually, it's like we were like the three amigos. We were all three best friends, but
Okay.
they still talk constantly, even with the South Korea and New York distance.
Okay.
They talk every day.
Well, it seems like you've had a lot to happen within the last year.
Tell me about it.
And so it's a lot of stressors that's going on.
Yep.
So you lost friendships, you built friendships, you have the upcoming comps coming through, and you also have the portfolio portfolio of defense. And then you also have an upcoming move yourself. So you'll have new adventures there.
I am excited about that.
You're excited about the move.
That's the only thing kind of keeping me going.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're excited about going to a new place, or are you excited about meeting new people?
I'm excited about going to a new place.
Okay.
I lived here all my life.
You lived where?
North Carolina.
But you didn't live in
Raleigh. No, I've only been here for the last 2 years in this
Okay.
program.
Okay.
But it's definitely not my favorite place on earth.
Okay.
It's my least favorite place.
And have you visited Dallas, Texas?
I haven't gotten a chance to visit. I had plans to visit, and one of my friends ruined that. So I'm kind of upset about that because now I don't really have a chance to go visit before I move because I'm so busy with school and stuff. So yeah.
So you're just gonna go into a new place in a new area, it sounds to me, and that right there is something that's keeping you excited. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's not keeping me excited. It's kind of like, I don't know. I'm just excited. Like, I don't want to dwell on, I haven't been to this place, or what is it going to be like. Like, I mean, I've moved to Greensboro for a school. I've never lived there a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like no different from that.
New adventure.
So I'm not like really just going to stress on like the fact that I've never been there, because I've never been to Greensboro before. I've never been to Raleigh before. So.
Okay. All right. So it seems to me that you're looking forward to that new era in your life. That I want to say.
It's like a new chapter.
A new chapter.
A new beginning.
A new beginning. And those friendships that you had with these other people that have moved to New York and South Korea, are you gonna still continue to work on those relationships? Tell me what you're
I have
gonna do
no
about
desires to work on those relationships.
those. You have no desires.
You know, it is what it is. If people want to be in your life, they will make some type of effort to be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't want to be in your life, then it's clear by the actions that they take. So it's clear by the actions that she takes that she doesn't really care. So I'm not going to express a friendship. I will meet so many more people in my life.
You're right.
And my mom always told me to be my own best friend, so I'm not really stressed over it or anything.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that you have a positive outlook in regards to those friendships and making new friendships. That is awesome to hear about. So, once again, we're going to go back to another stressor that you keep saying that's what brought you here is about those comps, because it seems like with the friendship, you were able to say, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I keep myself happy and not dwell on the negative.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's something you can do with the testing?
I don't know. I mean, I can try it, but I'm not going to say that it's going to work.
You're not going to say it's going to work?
Because it's two totally different things. I need this.
I understand.
I don't need that.
I understand that as well. However, as you had just expressed to me, that you chose to not focus on the negative.
Yeah. Well, the comps isn't a negative. It's just anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And a bit stressed out because I don't know what's going to be on the test. If I knew it was going to be on the test, if I knew, like, you know, how many questions were on the test, I could, you know, maybe have less anxiety. But, like, I don't know these things.
Well, let's go back to when you were talking to me about your move, your upcoming move. You said that you're looking forward to it because it's new adventures, new things, and you don't know anyone there, correct?
Yeah.
But you're excited about it.
Yeah.
And so that shows me that you have a positive about that.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to the comps as well. You just said, I don't know what's going to be there, but you also don't know what's going to be in the new city that your new state, that you're going to be venturing out to. So,
Right.
tell me what's the difference again.
The difference is this new state is something I chose to do. I mean, the comps is something I chose to do because of the program, but the city is just less stressful than the comps.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I go to the city or the state and I don't like it, I can always come back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm stuck there forever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that's so positive.
Okay.
I'm not stuck there forever. I can leave whenever I want if I don't like the city.
Okay.
With the comps, if I